afternoon, everyone. I'm Barney Holmes with Omnico. We are a Creatio implementation partner, and I'm joined with Justin Schaefer, the fractional CIO of Focal Point Care. We took the system live in 4.5 months. That's warp speed in terms of enterprise software. What was sort of key from your perspective of getting that implementation done?
When we started architecting the design of this project or this program, one of the things you and I recognized is we needed to move very fast, and it was going to need to be faster than either one of us were comfortable with. What was really critical, I think, in the beginning was you and I putting together a plan of, early on discovery, but then a rapid prototyping and an ability to, again, put concept onto the glass and then have the users start really looking at it and pushing the buttons and saying, helping us understand what needed to happen inside the application that we were building. Coming from a legacy system, it's always the requirements, make it work like it used to, and while that was good, you want better. And I think that ability, again, to rapidly prototype, get it on the glass, the no-code environment helped that happen. But I think we had some 300 plus additional requirements that came out that weren't in the old system that we wanted in the new system, that we were able to recognize a large number of those in that 4.5 month window, which really is just a testament to the platform and the capabilities out of the gate.
What is your idea and vision for the platform?
That platform is very specific around the services that we provide through guided care. We're working on the enterprise platform now together, which will be a cornerstone CRM-esque project. But we're really excited about what that means in terms of getting more of a customer 360 viewpoint in perspective. So yes, not only the deal side, but then how do we service deliver to our customer base, and how do we get a perspective on where things are in that service delivery.
There are so many key features around AI. What are your thoughts on how AI can help the platform going forward?
We'll start down this journey together, and we'll find some very narrow use cases that help us dip our toe in the water, and then we'll start looking at building out more of a planned roadmap that helps us get to, Kowalski talked about a Nova concept of mapping out your AI roadmap, and I think that's really good from getting from something that's sort of commonplace to something that's really core, that's unique and differentiator in your business, and we definitely have some opportunities.
It brings a whole new light to software, and it forces us to reimagine solutions that possibly weren't feasible, either from a time perspective or a cost perspective 6 months ago.
Right.
Now, with AI, it allows us to be able to accomplish functionality in a far shorter space of time with a far higher success rate.
Right.
And a perfect example of that is OCR. We having to handle fax documents coming in a completely unstructured format.
Mm-hmm.
If you asked me this 6 months ago, you would immediately say it's going to be a high cost, high effort, and you get a moderate sort of degree of success just because it's unstructured data. But now with AI, you have the capability to extract the data, run an LLM, understand, interpret, and really automate processes that weren't possible.
We have some use cases where we're struggling within some workflows now, and I think even within those workflows, there's some conceptual ideas. Rather than enhancing the core Creatio product, those could be resolved with some AI integration as well. So I think our ability not only to be on a platform that's going to have a defined, hardened roadmap, but also to have tools like AI that are going to allow us to get there quicker is pretty exciting for us.
If you had to give advice to somebody who's going through this process now, another CIO is looking to make this decision,
Sure,
what advice would you give to them?
Every CIO is always worried about any technology that comes in and says you don't have a dependency on IT, you don't need IT, and I think every CIO should get engaged in these initiatives, and I think that do their own due diligence, do their homework, and make sure that they're satisfied. But I think if you go in and you look at under the covers, security, compliance, some of those guardrails are in place, which is good, which makes for a stronger environment. The principles of development don't go away necessarily. You're still putting an application together. You're still deploying it into production. The no-code roadmap says stage 7 is balancing that development against your model, and does it work, and do you have code regression, things like that. So I think the CIO, the skeptical CIO, if they do their homework, is going to come away very satisfied. I think the other two pieces that make for a successful initiative are obviously a great partner. You've been a great partner for us, working through a lot of things. And I think the harmony between your company and your personality matched with our company and personality and the people make that a lot better. So I think the partner relationship's key. And the last thing I'd say is, at the end of the day, it's all about process. So why you're doing it is to make the processes better. And so as long as you start with process, get that aligned properly, end with technology, I think you're going to be in a good spot.